All right, Cancer 2022. What does the year have in store for you? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Cancer placements. I see you this year overall being a year of self-expression, a Phoenix rising kind of energy. I don't have the Death card anywhere, but I do see a great change for you, and where you're going to be coming into your own power. And I also see you taking risks and venturing out, stepping out into new terrain. And it's kind of a steamy reading. There's a lot of good things going on for you. And I want to make sure that I give you a good reading, because I know I missed you in the first round, and I apologize for that. But I've been a little under the weather, but we're going to get through it. All right. So the first house, you are coming out of your shell, is basically what I'm seeing here. You're in your element, however. The Chariot card is a card of Cancer. And I see you kind of, you're out of your element, but you are in your element at the same time. It's a very dual type scenario with you. You might be feeling way more vulnerable, and that's probably because you're taking risks that you haven't taken in your life. But the Chariot card is a card of victory, and it's saying that you yourself this year of 2022 are going to be victorious. And the Queen of Wands, doesn't matter the gender, she owns her own power, and she's very self-expressive, and she's very in charge of her own life and creations. And I love this for you, because Cancer's kind of a sweet and kind of bottled up sign, very emotional but very hard exterior. And I see you letting some of those walls down this year. I see in your financial sector, you might have just come out of a really challenging time, and there could have been a lot of painstaking and really, I'll say, horrible things that happened in prior. And now you are taking the time to recuperate from that and really getting to know your inner world and heal your inner world, and calm your mind, because sometimes we get a little PTSD, not necessarily the exact medical diagnosis, but I'm saying it as in terms of like we're a little traumatized from past experiences, and sometimes we need to regroup. And you are doing that in your beliefs. You are really kind of healing old past beliefs that don't serve you anymore in order to be reborn this year. And especially financially, you will be having it's like a destined change of events for you that leaves you way more financially independent. It is your time, is what I'm hearing. Your time. And I see you being very motivated, but having so much motivation to change things for yourself that you might be a little scattered. But I think that this can be reined in if you just take it one thing at a time. I see there being a turn of fortune for you, and one that leads to many blessings. And some of those blessings will be happening with the people around you in your immediate environment. I see a lot of expressions of love with the people around you, from you and to you, from these people. I see a trip out on a sunny day at the beach. I see, and it would be like a shorter trip, so it'll be a more local area near you if there's beaches near you. If not, a body of water. I see that, and this would probably happen in the time of Virgo, so towards the end of Leo and the beginning of Virgo, which would be like late August, early September. I see you watching a child grow up in front of your eyes. It's like, oh my gosh, you're 5 inches taller than you were yesterday. And this person may very well be in the home or be very close to your home. It might be a neighborhood friend's child, and you're all going out to the beach one day. And this child will admire you in a way, and really looks up to you and sees you as their kind of guiding light in life. So that's very nice to hear. At home, someone you live with, if you are in a partnership or have roommates or, family, anybody that you live with, may have some troubling news or that they're going through. I'm seeing somebody needing to have a surgery, potentially. And that's just like 1 out of a million of you probably, but I do see it here. And there's a recuperation after a time of like loss. So I'm seeing the loss as being like the loss of a little bit of blood there, with the 5 of Cups. I also have this 9 of Wands nearby. I don't know if you can see that. Seems like the camera is frozen. That's great. I hope it's still recording me. And that's why I say that. I also feel like there may have been some argument in the past, but that's being healed with gratitude. So showing gratitude for the people in your home and what they bring to the table, the love that you have for them, will supersede any past arguments or aggressive actions. I don't think that there's anything too horrible here. But I just feel like there's a deep healing going on in the home. And it could be a physical healing with somebody that you love, and maybe you're recovering from surgery or having to have surgery. And if this isn't something that you already know about, it's probably not for you, so I wouldn't worry about it. I think it would be something that you've probably heard about and have been planning for a little while now. What else do I see? Maybe there was news of a loss of a loved one in the family of somebody you live with, and there is a recuperating or a grieving process that's been taking place. All in all, I feel like there is gratitude for what you have and what the other person has still, and that there is an emotional healing going on. And this loved one could very well be just on the defense right now because of this situation. But I see a loved one being defensive about some challenge that they've gone through. And you might also be defensive after having had a fallout with a loved one. This would have already happened, and you might feel like you can't quite dive back into the love sector of life. Like you can't put any more energy into it. You're just tired, and you need to maybe go off on your own for a while and get some clarity on the past situation. As in terms of creativity, I feel like you might be tired of one of your mediums that you're working with. So if you like to draw and you've been drawing for, let's say 9 years, and you just fed up with it and you're really getting kind of, it's almost exhausting to do. I think that maybe putting the pencil down or whatever you use to draw with, and maybe just getting some inspiration from other people or maybe watch some shows on the internet or like podcasts on the internet about different types of artists and mediums out there that you could work with. Try to get re-inspired. I think that you're so close with something, and if maybe you have a project and it's been taking forever and there's been some setbacks, I would just keep going for it because you've only got one more rod. So if it's a project that's been long-term and it's been challenging and it's a singular thing, I would keep pushing through and keep looking for that inspiration, and you're going to have it because this woman is inspired as all inspired come. She is, that's a magic wand. She can create anything she wants. And she does it in style too. So I totally have faith that you will be able to handle this, whatever it is, whether it's a loved one feeling defensive, yourself feeling defensive after a breakup, or just needing to regroup and re-brainstorm a creative idea. In the 6th house, I feel, and this is not for everyone, so please don't freak out. And if it does happen or it has happened for you, I'm so sorry. But I feel like you might be worried about a pet, in terms of their health. And if that's not the case, then I see it being maybe a little stressed out about not being well liked at your job, and maybe feeling like you don't want to people please anymore because you don't know how, or maybe you're too tired to do that. And sometimes when we're not feeling that great about our lives or how they're going, in one avenue, I feel like if we place our energy in another avenue, usually that helps a little bit. So I feel like you could possibly, if you're having a hard time in the friend sector or getting along with people at work, or just at your job in general, getting involved with animals. You have a lot of animals in this reading. Animals are so healing, and they are just like little spiritual totems that we really that help us immensely throughout just day-to-day life, if you have pets, or if you don't have pets, just the actual fact that there's nature out there that could be very healing to you. And I feel like whatever fears in this particular house of work and service to others, I feel like you will be figuring a way to do what's best for you and healing any stressors and learning to tame any aggression that you might have towards certain people in your life. Um, so that's at least some hopeful news. I really do hope that it's not what I said before about the pet. Um, but if I see it, I see it. So I don't like to hold things back. I don't think that that's good for me or good for anybody else. So, and that might be the same thing for you in terms of dealing with others at your job. Um, take it one day at a time and focus on what's going good. And I think that there's a lot to focus on what's going good here because I see you and your partnerships just being like, if you're single, there's a many opportunities and it's almost like there's a buffet of people. You're like lifting up one, in those fancy restaurants where they lift up the dish and there's just like, hello, there's something underneath. There's a new person at every corner for you. And I see you having a hard time, if you are single, handling this because you're like, gosh, I can't really hold on to all these people. So what am I going to do? Well, just be honest and upfront with people about taking it slow, I guess. And you might actually have somebody out of the many people that you meet that actually just flows better with you and that clicks, or once, who ends up being there at the end of the year, So, in terms of, and also you are in a very dynamic sense of very vulnerable. So you're being very vulnerable with your partnerships right now. And I think that might be why so many people are opening up to you emotionally. And you are able to, I think you're able to see a little bit more of people's intentions and their emotional world. So you might be able to, be a very good BS barometer this year. So the opportunities will be abundant, but you'll be able to sift through which ones are, where's the gold, you know what I mean? You'll be able to find it. In terms of your 8th house, now another sign got the same placement of this card, which I find very interesting because I shuffle and I shuffle and I shuffle. I do it off camera because I meditate and like to have time to really glance at the cards and build a story in my mind before I get on camera, because otherwise these videos would take forever. Maybe when I get better, I will be able to, I'll get more of a flow and it won't be so choppy. But for now, we're gonna stick with this. But so another sign got this placement, and theirs was also about privacy. And I think you've got another card of going off on your own and being alone. So I think that this year you are going to want privacy and you're going to value it, and you're going to be taking a lot of time to rest, a lot of time to sleep, and your body and your brain heal from sleep. So because you had been going through a tough time last year financially, and now you've kind of gained a little bit of, you just went way up higher in the hierarchy of things this year. You'll be independently financially successful this year. So, I mean, in terms of a job, I don't think it's necessarily the fact that you'll have, you might work for somebody else is what I'm saying, but you will have enough money to be able to support yourself and maybe a pet, so I just think that you might be looking for people to share your abundance with, but you're going to value being alone and might be single this year. If you're already in a relationship, that doesn't mean that you're going to break up with anybody. Even down here, that doesn't mean you're going to break up with anybody. I just see you being very happy being alone. And also, you might... Give me a minute. You might find somebody mysterious in your world that's pretty magical. That's also, excuse me, that's also pretty independent financially. But I think that this placement on the card for you is more so a major change financially where you can almost bask in and relax. You're finally able to relax because of a karmic change in your life, a destined financial change, which is great. I see you might be saving up for a trip in the coming year and wondering when that's going to happen. But you're putting away money in the piggy bank for it. And you might be bored with the way things have been going in your day-to-day life. Or at least like, maybe not bored, but maybe yearning for some culture shock, you know? And I see that being something that you're saving for. In your career, I see you taking actions to do a career that you love this year. So whether it's planning a small business, it very well might be that might be what's really been kind of like a struggle for you, is getting your creative endeavors to be something you can make money at. I see you taking action on that this year. I also see, if you have a career, you having a career that's very there's to and fro. You're moving, you know. You're really and you might be offering a service. So service industry, very, very highly aspected with this card. I think that you're letting your intuition guide you towards a career that you love this year. And you've got what it takes. I mean, you have the self-expression, so there's a lot of creativity here, and artistic, which Cancer would be, because they're a water sign. They are. You are the mother of the zodiac. You are the nurturer of the zodiac, and I also see food here. I see a lot of references to food. So I see, if you are in the culinary part of things, I see that being a big thing for you. Something that you can be creative with, but also like nurture people. Another thing, your mother might be the one having the surgery, or she might be recovering from something, and or you might have had an argument with her, and you might be trying to heal that relationship through gratitude. That's another thing that I picked up on. your friends sector, associations, I, I really am seeing you doing a lot of research this year off on your own, on the internet. I see lots of maybe, I'm looking for the Eight of Pentacles. I don't see it anywhere. Okay. Oh, there it is. Yep. So I see right next to it. I see you burning the midnight oil, really, and doing a lot of research late at night. And it could have to do with this creative endeavor or this business idea that you have. As far as friends go and associations, I think you're gonna be alone this year more so than not, but you're not gonna feel alone. I don't think you'll feel alone at all, because it seems like you've got so much love in your day-to-day life. Maybe some troubles at work, or you're feeling vulnerable, and so when you're around people, it's going to be good for the most part, especially with the people in your vicinity, your neighborhood, etc., your friends. But you may want to recharge a lot more this year. I see you recharging and being off on your own and doing cancer stuff and just doing it solo. And sometimes that's what we need. And maybe this year is going to be that kind of year. Your 12th house. The other thing I wanted to say real quick before I switch over is you might have had a friend that you lived with that caused you got into a fight with them, or there was some aggressive action, and you feel like you've lost a couple friends in the process from this. And you might be a little defensive now about meeting new people. It's okay to do it at your own pace. I think that you're in such a transformative year for you financially that in your love life, that like the friends can wait. I think we all need friends, but I think that they come in their due time, and right now you are on a karmic jump with your love life and your career, so, and creativity. So I see, in terms of your spirituality, I see or your faith and the hidden things in life, 12th house stuff. I see you needing to put more work in to your faith, needing to work harder at having faith and believing in something bigger than yourself. Because I feel like you're not seeing the true blessings that are being given to you, because you're so focused on what's right in front of your face. I feel like a crab can only see so far, and when it's on its belly, it may have a harder time seeing all the beauty that's around it. And your reading is so beautiful. I think that there's some troubles maybe with other people in your life down in the more personal sector, but out there in the world, you're doing good. I mean, these two cards being in reverse, I see them as being paired together as just, I don't know. I feel like it's this partnership thing is like a dreamy day where two young lovers are like swinging on a swing that's way too small for them, and one of them flips upside down and the change falls out of their pocket. Like, it's just very sweet, and you're kind of joining. You know what your dark side is, you know what your light side is, and you're accepting that, and you're willing to work with your shadow this year. And I feel like because you are pulling from those two places, you're going to be getting this chariot moving at full speed. I just think that you need to focus on taking time to heal after a period of struggle with your finances. And I think that you're transforming. You're taking big leaps into the unknown, and you're being strategic in your planning. I love it. Congratulations, Cancer. I hope you do have a great 2022, and I will see you in January.